in the workshop when we used the shed, and we created perfectly good boards, but they were way too small. We have tried to use a bigger tray to take advantage of this 16-inch pizza oven, but because it's too long, we didn't get a good result. And of course, we should have shredded the bottle caps because they take too long to melt in when they're like that, and they don't bind all together well. So we're gonna have to re-melt that at some point. But now we have our compromise, and Christy's pulling out, keeping it at about 400 degrees there. On the pizza stone, we get that. And that can just be placed on the ground there. You can see in terms of size, that is a little bit larger than this by just a small margin from what we're able to get. And that could be all the difference, right? That's and we can probably do a little bit longer. And I still hold out great hope for using this tray, except that what I want to do, since it fits into the pizza oven that way, is I want to remove the gas and wood burner and instead put biogas right underneath the middle of it, or maybe on two sides, and let it heat up from below. And then we should be able to use the whole oven to heat up. Yeah, it's going to be pretty hot. So I think this is a success. I think we now know that using a tray like that, we can make innumerable numbers. Fortunately, we don't have to use the expensive shredders to do that. The granulator that we have works. And before that, do you know that we used a NutriBullet? We used to throw bottle caps in a NutriBullet until we destroyed the NutriBullet. But that's how we initially began to shred bottle caps, to get them into that fractionated thing. So in a pinch, you could use
Would that work, or would you just have to replace the blades every so often?
It wasn't the blades that broke, it was the plexiglass,
like
the cup part. And we had to tape it with duct tape to hold it together, because these things get thrown on the side, like eventually it shattered it. But yeah, you could keep replacing that cup and keep using the NutriBullet. We threw in a couple of things at a time, so they rattled around, but they were really flung along it. But the crusher definitely works. And we have a crusher, and Nick Ewing has a crusher, and Robert Knighton was using his crusher to do the coconut husk. So we can easily get the stuff crushed there. But I'm not displeased. Today's experiment is a win. This should be turned off now. So we'll just turn that off and let it burn out down there. Yeah, that's a good result. And I think the size of this 16 by 21 is going to be perfect for the roof once we put in biogas flame underneath. So, hooray for that.
I'm excited for that to come out.
Yeah. Wait.
These are a little bit irregular.
Then you use a what do you call it? A jigsaw. To that's how people make cutting boards.
How are they to cut? Are they brittle with the?
No, not brittle. It just cuts right through. It's a pretty easy. You saw those pieces we put in the last one? I cut those off with the jigsaw.
Okay.
Yeah.